Oh no, don't worry about it, I'm just fine. Yeah, so thank you so much. Oh, hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Field Mission with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over a year and 3 months, going on 4, and counting, because that is right, the daily stream streak remains strong. I'm here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next 30 minutes, we'll see, for today's briefing. But before I begin with the standard stream subject and to answer all of your understandable questions, let me start with a little bit of housekeeping. First, Intern Truth. Congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e. congratulations on being first chatter. Meanwhile, Puppet Boy, Hybrid Gamer, Sleepless Dragon, Amber Chaos, Senior Researcher Alex, everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, interns, JoJo's, Minty, Andrea, Toothbrush, Fox's Diagons, Queen Forever, Shade, Sniper, Kaboom, Bored as Hell, Baconsu, Hades, and Legendary. All of you interns, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42. Intern staff, thank you for being here just for being you. Now, as a sponsorship reminder, 2 sponsorship reminders. First and foremost, as it has been pointed out by Intern Froy, the finale of Find Us Alive, the SCP Foundation podcast made by friend of the channel and your favorite SCP YouTuber's favorite SCP YouTuber, Radiger, debuts in 49 minutes. On the Hodgepodge Audio YouTube channel, the grand finale of the story of Find Us Alive is debuting today. So we will be streaming, but cutting out before that so that you guys can go raid the final finale episode of Find Us Alive, and we can send off our friends at the Find Us Alive podcast and Site 107 on a high note. Bless them for their work. 71 episodes, I think it is. Sheesh. Furthermore, we are sponsored today by today's shooting location, which on the higher pataphysical narrative level above us is called the Copper Shaker. The Copper Shaker in Ybor City, Tampa. And so if you are a purveyor of fine beverages, as I tend to be, perhaps this gorgeous location might appeal to you if you are in the area. But of course, what's very important to you all is, hey, Dr. Sherman, why are you alive right now? Weren't you kidnapped by clowns just a scant 24 hours ago? So, kidnapped may have been a stronger word than I knew what I was getting into. Yes, I was being stalked by clowns. I was being hunted by clowns. But It was all just a big misunderstanding, it turns out. You see, these were not clowns from Herman Fuller's Circus of the Disquieting, Cthulhu entities in clown skin suits that must be milked. Ugh, don't drink the clown milk. But instead, I was, thanks to you all, and I do have to actually thank you for this, thank you for insisting that I ring the clown bell. What I have done by ringing the clown bell is well, first of all, by purchasing the clown bell, I've now taken it out of the hands of civilians, which means that no civilian will be able to be captured by anomalous clowns as I just was. So we have secured, contained, and protected the clown bell. Very good. But secondarily, these clowns are one of a multitude of clown entities in the SCP Foundation verse from the kooky College of Clowns, the Kooky Clown College, which I must point out is spelled with 3 C's for pretty obvious reasons. The Kooky Clown College is spelled with C's. Thank you very much. But the Kooky Clown College is an extra-dimensional abode where these clowns give you the opportunity to learn the ways of the clowns. And you know, it's not just all circus all time. Sometimes you have a beautiful locale to ease off and enjoy an anomalous beverage from time to time. Hear that pig whistle. And so thanks to your charming assertion that I should ring the clown bell now they've cleaned me up. They've put me in these fine duds, this crocheted shirt with very clown-like colors. Your site director is now learning the ways of the clown. If one could call this in a D&D term, multi-classing. I'll have to show you my juggling skills when I get back. I'm learning a lot. But yes, I am currently brokering a diplomatic agreement between the Kooky Clown College and the SCP Foundation, in which point we will be able to work with them to contain other rival clown entities, as well as work with our agents in a more clown-like understanding, using the abilities of clown kind. For instance, do you know how many agents we could fit into one van if we learned their clown car ways? I'm just saying, I consider this an absolute win. Dr. Sherman, do the overseers know what you're doing right now? Well, no. I was abducted by the Kooky Clown College, that much is true. I need to report back, but hey, at least I'm coming back. At least I'm coming back, which there was odds that that would not be the case. So, good for us. For those of you who are curious of the beverage that I am taking part in, let me do the favor to zoom in. Hold on. Here we go. So this beverage at the top called a smokestack with their proprietary Whistle Pig single barrel, maple, Creole and orange bitters, and smoked. That is what I am currently partaking in on the benefit of the Kooky Clown College. Doc, are you aware of the rules of clowning? Oh, I am definitely learning. For instance, I did learn on this very excursion that all clowns' makeup has to be individualized, meaning that when you are professionally a clown, you have to paint your clown makeup design on an egg, which is submitted to the Clown Record, a clowning museum, so that no one else takes your makeup. Oh yeah, the clown eggs. Puppet Boy, don't say that like that's obvious information. What do you mean, oh yeah, the clown eggs? I just learned about that for the first time. And you know what? The clown eggs sound much less terrifying than the clown milk. I'm on board with this kind of clownery. Intern Harrison, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. You're a performer in colorful clothes. You're practically a clown cousin. Well, here at the Kooky Clown College, I do feel like family. It's very Olive Garden vibes at the Clown College. Someone been in the sun a little too much. Intern Noob Ninja, you must be new here. This is just my face. I am a very red-faced person. It is my Irish complexion. My skin is translucent. I get even just a little excited, full flush. We just live this way. I just do what I do. I do see a donation. Let me go catch up on that real quick. Puppet Boy, thank you for your 13 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and service. You can't escape the clown mac and cheese, Doc. Well, thankfully, the mac and cheese here is delightful and not made with Herman Fuller's clown milk. Otherwise, I would be long dead. Intern Pimp Demon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a coconut cream pie on your way past the commissary. My headcanon is that Waiter was council member 07 and boom, macaroni, hot dog pieces, and melted cheese taco thing. Huh. You know what? I'm just gonna let that slide right by. I don't even know what to say about that. What do you mean that 057 is a waiter? I feel like that would be insulting to 057. Hybrid Gamer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a banana cream pie on your way past the commissary. Alpha 1 is still missing. Signed, Dr. Araya. Okay, now listen. Yes, did the clowns form a spatial anomaly around me in a proximity to make sure that they got me and no one else? Yes. Was it terrifying? Absolutely, don't get me wrong. But did it protect the veil of secrecy? The masquerade remains unbroken. Also, yes, the Kooky Clown College, very keen to maintain the masquerade. So, yes, I'm sure Alpha 1 will turn up soon. They just got lost in the curtains of the veil. Are they able to pull off their limbs and manifest circus snacks? SCP-4671 can, so if they can, they might be the same species of clown. Intern DJ, when I next talk to them, I will have to ask them about limb removal and circus snacks. I did overhear someone talk about how the clowns around these parts are biologically made up of circus peanuts candy. So it's wholly possible that limb removal and snack manifestation could be part and parcel of what's going on. Oh, wow, we got a couple weirdos in the chat. Desk, good job maintaining the chat from that weirdness. Jeez. You went inside the big top and it was barely way more chill than I thought it'd be. Hey, I'm just as surprised as you, Mamori. I was very stressed out, but you know what? After the clowns walking on a tightrope massage, my back feels better. Brian has never been quieter, thankfully. Dr. Sherman, good news, found Clarky. They were compressed inside a pair of anomalous noise-canceling headphones in the AO locker room, apparently hiding from a voice calling to them. Interesting choice. Well, I guess only if the noise-canceling headphones were all the way pushed together. A lot of headphones don't do that. It's a neat trick. What a wild location. Redfield Hawk? I'm just as surprised as you. A mere 24 hours ago, I was horrified of the clowns that were hunting me, which, I was informed, by the way, that the clowns in the wild scenario from about 5 or 6 years ago. So that was these clowns. And there was a veil lightening scenario. Sometimes the veil between anomalous and normalcy lightens, loosens, thins. And so they are used to be able to moving around imperceptibly. They were just as shocked as we were that they were being perceived, and they did not mean to scare anybody. The Kooky Clown College apologizes for those who were afraid of the clowns in the wild scenario from several years ago. Dr. Sherman, can I have more fruit snacks, please? Intern Kaboom, you have to go to the commissary, but I will say yes. I only fuck with killer clowns. Intern Hex, that is very bigoted. Okay, killer clowns are an interesting type of anomaly, but also a lot of trouble because, again, murder. These clowns, entertainers, very, very kindly clowns. Lots of delicious food on hand out of nowhere. Lots of entertainment. And delightfully refined beverages. A clown made this. Color me shocked. Don't say color me in the clown college, by the way. Oh boy, will they get excited. This unironically makes me so happy. Clowns are genuinely great people. It's a really noble art. I'm happy to hear of your happiness for clown kind, Puppet Boy. I definitely have a different opinion of clowns having encountered this cadre of clownery. Intern Sleepy Boy, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Dr. Sherman, the Rick and Morty spinoff, President Curtis, featured a cryptic person in its latest episode. Very SCP, so I thought I'd let you know. Intern DJ, I have been informed that the President Curtis spinoff from Rick and Morty does give slight inside job vibes. This is not sponsored at all. This is just what I heard. And I do know how desperately all of us in the SCP Foundation community are mourning the loss of Inside Job, the closest we've had to a high-quality, full-fledged SCP animated series. How slow is chat right now? Intern Vidos. I do believe we are on a 30-second slow mode, the standard slow mode. Intern Mark C. Dr. Sherman, can you catch me up on what happened, or am I doomed to be missing info since last stream? Intern Mark C, you're the one who made this happen. So for you, you get the ketchup and the mustard. Ba-dum-ts. Intern Marksy, thanks to your, what I thought was abysmally chosen to make me ring the clown bell, but actually turned out to be a great idea. I spent 24 hours being hunted by clowns, which was terrifying. Running from clowns. They're appearing everywhere. I'm stuck in a spatial dimension where no one else can see me, and there are clowns everywhere. But when they eventually captured me at the end of yesterday's stream, they brought me to the Kooky Clown College. And they are just a stand-up group of interest who I will be introducing to the Overseer Council and hopefully integrating into a diplomatic relationship with the SCP Foundation. They are much more peaceful than Herman Fuller's Circus of the Disquieting Clowns. They are very kindly. They are entertainers. They are not just circus all the time. I mean, look at my surroundings. Sometimes these can be very classy clowns. And hell of a bartenders. You know, I just feel like I needed a win. And thanks to you, Intern Marksy, I got one. So thank you for giving us this, as Marksy put it, beautiful clownery. And Hybrid Gamer, thank you for donating again to say. Also, I'm filling in for Johnson until Alpha 1 is back. I am Dr. Orea, though I'm not a researcher, I'm a medical doctor. Dr. Orea, hey, medical is very important in the Foundation. Do you understand how many containment breaches and incidents we have. So full respect to medical. You're not allowed to drink or smoke in clown makeup, so imagine they're either just bartending or they're not in makeup. Is this where the clowns unwind after hours? I will admit, the only person in clown garb in this area is the bartender. Everyone else is in civilian clothing, so I must assume this is where they unwind. And honestly, I'm considering some upgrades to our space at Site 42, because these clowns have really inspired me that for morale purposes, we can really use an upgrade. I really like that shirt. Thank you, desk. I picked this up on the journey, and thanks to these clowns, I mean, look at the colors. They dress me in these great clown clothes. I am clown-esque while still in casual wear. These clowns, highly competent fashion sense. Dr. Sherman, what if we were to give SCP-096 stimuli like we did with SCP-5031? Could that possibly reduce the stress of SCP-096? Intern Zilly. So far in our testing with 096, only one thing has curbed its aggression, and that is a book from the Tenda village called Overcoming Shyness. That book has caused 096 in the certain universes where it's had access to stop trying to murder everyone who sees its face and then become a TikTok dance influencer, which it's very annoying with the very loud music, but it's better than murder. So at the end of the day, "30 minutes till the final episode of Find Us Alive." That is correct. There's 30 minutes remaining, and so we will be here for approximately 20 minutes. That way you guys are ready. You can go get your concessions, and you can then be ready for the finale of Find Us Alive. And Froy has told us there will be a Q&A. Look forward to that as well. Dr. Sherman, have you researched any SCP before? Intern Vitos, before I was a site director, I was in fact a containment specialist. If you look at my author page on the SCP database, you will see the SCPs that I was particularly head researcher of. Won't be able to watch it, sadly. Well, bored as hell, it'll still be on YouTube later. You can watch it after. Containment Hazard Assessment Team, i.e. chat, do not panic, but it seems that Puppet Boy is being Amogust. There's an imposter in the chat. I can't tell which one's real because YouTube has changed member names from green to white, so now everyone's a white name to me. So let's hold our gun back and forth at the Puppet Boys until they explain which of them is the real one in a way that proves it to us. Is Dr. Sherman an SCP? Intern SCP-682-Chan, no, I am not an SCP, because if you look at the SCP database, while I am on the SCP database, I am not on the SCP database as an anomaly, nor do I have an SCP document. Who's your favorite clown? Oh my, Intern Hades, great question. Now, I don't know, with family from the Chicago area, I'm pretty partial to Bozo the Clown. Bozo is a pretty excellent clown. Who I don't like is Bobble the Clown. Bobble is a terrible, horrible, awful clown. Indeed, Amber, Bobble from WGN, or Bozo from WGN. Deep cut reference. Way to go. Cheers to Bozo. Hey, Dr. Sherman, Junior Researcher Tricks here. Finally got the sample of that drink that knocked you out. Despite my best efforts, I couldn't identify any of the sedatives, although there were a lot. Yeah, that sounds like the kind of thing that would happen at the places that I was frequenting, so drat. Those would be very useful in the field if we could isolate them. Any other old head ever put the cups in their backyard and pretend they were on the Bozo show? Hell yeah, Desk. Of course, I tried to prove I could win the ping pong balls in the cups challenge. Intern Stein, Dr. Sherman and I am I an SCP to you because I want to know if I'm an SCP or not. Intern Stein, are you anomalous? Are you on the SCP database as an SCP? If you fulfill those three qualifications, then yes. If you do not have an SCP document, then no. Stuart Foster, thank you for sending flowers to the chat. I'm sure they found them very pretty. Blue Phantom, thank you for sending a hiding to the chat. I am sure they will seek. Red, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a banana split on your way past the commissary. SCP-096 is aura farming. Well, that is an interesting change in behavior. Please avoid looking at its face, but do what you can to research notes the rest of the stances and see if we can't learn something new about the anomaly due to this. Blue Phantom, thank you for the good game easy. I'm sure the chat will have good game and ease thanks to your urging. Omni and Blue Phantom, thank you for sending stars to the chat. I'm sure they appreciate the higher rankings. Floating away today, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself an elephant ear on your way past the commissary. If we have two doors that acts like an end-to-end portals, can we put one of the doors on its side and push it through the other door? But then you would have both doors in the same place, and so the portalness becomes useless. Although I guess you can transfer both doors using that. It depends on the particular doors. Please give it a shot and see what happens. Also floating away today, thank you for gifting a Site42 promotion to one of our chat members. Whoever got that promotion, I believe it is intern fan of stuff, now newly minted researcher fan of stuff. Welcome to your promotion. Make sure to thank Floating Away today for their generosity. Can he check the Ko-Fi in the field or no? Unfortunately, Franulations, I cannot check the Ko-Fi in the field. And also YouTube in the field only shows me donations of $2 or more without having to go to a special menu. So if I miss your donation, I have been checking the other menu once in a while. Franulations, what can happen is if your message is not too long, then Desk can check the Ko-Fi and share it in the chat. So if you do send a Ko-Fi, Desk can pass the message along. Dr. Sherman, when was the last 096 breach, and also does 999 calm down 096? Intern Kaboom. First of all, the last 096 breach was about 3 weeks ago. And secondly, wait, no, I forgot about the one yesterday. Sorry, I was a little tired from being chased by clowns. You know, y'all could find a nicer way to abduct somebody. I'm just saying. You could have just waved and said hello. No anomalous group is perfect. But secondarily, 999 cannot calm down 096 because 096 can run very, very fast. 999 cannot move that quickly to hold 096 in the endorphin-infused state. Has an SCP ever been in your chat in the live before? If yes, which SCP? Several anomalies in the SCP Foundation multiverse are granted phones or computers by their very lax security foundations. And so, yeah, sometimes those anomalies show up in our containment hazard assessment team, and it's rather confusing. I can smell you. Well, Intern Stein, you should be so lucky. I smell delightful. Dr. Sherman, if someone were to possibly make a clone of an SCP, would it be given a separate classification? If someone were to clone an SCP, I do imagine it would actually be designated under the SCP documentation of the cloning device, rather than the anomaly itself, such as the Everything Tree SCP. Those cloned anomalies are under the Everything Trees anomaly, not under ours. Dr. Sherman, can't they just blow up SCP-3008? Intern Yazui, while I'm sure that we could destroy the door to SCP-3008, because it is a single door to an IKEA that we have contained, then we don't know if the door would move to another IKEA. It's very unpredictable. We don't destroy anomalies if we can just contain them and study them. We are the SCP Foundation, Secure, Contain, Protect, not the DDD Foundation, Destroy, Destroy, Destroy. Just blow it up, average global cult coalition solution, shaking my head. You're damn right, Memori, you're damn right. Red, thank you for donating again to say. SCP-096 just challenged 682 and now they are JoJo posing against each other. You live in a very silly anime universe. I'm happy for you though, because it seems like you're not going to die from seeing 096's face. Hybrid Gamer, thank you for donating again to say. Alpha 1 has been located, so I'll be on break as Johnson returns to his account. Bye, Doc, signed Dr. Urea. Interesting. Okay, I'm glad Alpha 1 turned up, and before stream ended. Very nice of them to not disappear forever and be a problem. Intern Velasquez, thank you for sending hidings to the chat. I am sure that they will hide and seek very effectively. I can't believe YouTube got the ability to make that, what's the name of that game? Mecha Chameleon. Can I get a cake, Dr. Sherman? Intern Andaluzzi. Commissary privileges are for those who donate to the stream as a super chat. So when you super chat, you can go to the commissary for cake. But what if the cloning device was scientific, non-anomalous? Intern Lazy Magic Guy, we do not have a non-anomalous cloning device. So your statement makes no sense at this point. Cloning technology is not that efficient as compared to what you're talking about. Virus Void Cat, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a crepe on your way past the commissary. My day has been very good, thank you, Virus Void Cat. In fact, today is a hallmark occasion for the Site 42 Containment Hazard Assessment Team. One of you stopped me and spotted me in the wild just walking down the street. They stopped me to say, hey, I think I recognize you from somewhere. Are you that SCP guy? Not at a convention, not in a Markiplier movie, just in public. That's a new one. Congratulations, Site 42 staff member who outside of a convention context in civilian clothes still spotted and got a picture with Dr. Sherman. Major props. So yeah, I'm having a pretty good day. That's pretty sick. Intern Drowsy. Hey, it's been a minute. Hope you've been doing well. Good to see you again. And thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some cotton candy on your way past the commissary. Hi, it's been a while. Starting uni soon. You inspired my STEM-based major, so I've been here the few past months. Signed, Drowsy. Hey, Good to see you again. I hope that your STEM-based major does very well for you, both in career pursuits as well as interest in knowledge, and that you can share your knowledge with the folks and do good things with it. I think he's ignoring me. Intern Velasquez, this is the first message I've seen from you, except for the hidings that you sent. I'm not ignoring you, I haven't seen you. There's 60 people in the chat. Please, all of us, myself included, remember, we are not the only people in the universe. We all need that reminder from time to time. Time check, Sherman. Intern Zinxie, we are currently approximately 5 minutes from the end of stream. At which point, remember, we will do the outro, and then you all have to go watch the Find Us Alive finale and Q&A afterwards, because we are going to successfully enjoy the Find Us Alive finale today. The finale of a podcast that is going 71 episodes, been going on for years. Also, as I'm 4 minutes actually from the end of stream, let me remind you to celebrate the Kooky Clown College's pataphysical narrative location above us, which I did mute myself, that is true, but I hope you enjoyed the visuals regardless. Tyrone's Creation, Dr. A Mask, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a corn dog on your way past the commissary. Hello, hi, stopping by before the end. Very good last minute timing, Dr. A Mask, and reminder, Find Us Alive after stream ends. Not literally find me alive, I mean the podcast Find Us Alive's grand finale. Raccoon Dog, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a deep fried Oreo on your way past the commissary. Hey Doc, hi desk. Hello to you too, Raccoon Dog. Red, thank you for donating in to say, SCP-343 just stopped the battle and is T-posing to assert its dominance. Yeah, that does sound like the kind of thing that Showboat would do. Hashtag fraud not God. Amber, thank you for sending that floating heart to the chat. I'm sure they feel the love. I hope we can continue the clowning on the next stream. This is one of my favorite topics. Well, Puppet Boy, I don't know how long they're going to have me stay or if they're going to release me back to the Foundation. This is a very confusing scenario to be wrapped up in, and I don't want to step on the toes of the Kooky Clown College. So if they say I can stay, then I will find out what information I can before returning. If they say it's time to go, well, don't get on the wrong side of their big shoes. Deep fried Oreos. Lantern Sketchies, I am at a clown college, so I'm assuming there's a lot of circus food around. What happens if you put 035 on 096? Intern Yuzui, then 035 has a very non-destroyable body that is extremely powerful. It seems like a bad idea, wouldn't you say? Hybrid Gamer, thank you for donating again to say, how was Aurea? She was a friend I made after a mass containment breach. Aurea was very polite and knowledgeable. I would say you have a good friend there. There's been an absolutely delightful update to this apparent clown arc. You know, I think so as well, Momori. I did indeed think that I was in much more trouble, but it's nice to get a win once in a while. It's nice to have a positive surprise. But Site 42 staff, we have made it to the end of today's stream, and as I do at the end of every stream, when I am not being kidnapped by clowns, yeah, y'all can still be a little nicer with your reaching out next time, please. Please. But as I do at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. I'm not going to tell you my favorites, the ones I wrote. That would be cheating. But if you want to read mine, you can go to my author page on the SCP database. And there, you can read the SCPs I wrote, as well as see some that I did voice lines or sound effects for. And while you're on my author page, there's a list of links. Links people often ask about in chat, but then when they hear this big hint is where the links are, they just don't think to go. It's very sad for them. But not for you. You guys can find those links just fine, I'm sure. You're professionals at the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. And while you're at those links, you can also become a Site42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do Ko-Fi or YouTube Super Chat donations, donate to us one at a time. Either way, direct donations are the quickest way to help out Site42's projects, field missions, and just the general dailies of the staff here. And we appreciate your generosity if you can donate. If you can't, because you're part of the broke gang, do not fret. Because, of course, we're an arts community. We understand starving artists. And you can still help out us and the people we support by becoming a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. When you donate your effort by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, chatting, making memes, shitposts, edits, fan art, out-of-context compilations, you help us by spreading the SCP Foundation signal for Site-42 and the projects we support. The SCP Wiki and its authors and artists, the SCP filmmakers, game devs, animators, podcasters, merch makers, etc. And so we thank you greatly for whether it's monetary donation or service donation. You are all the heroes of Site-42, and you help me to help those projects get bigger, more help. And I thank you for your service. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on the last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999, 3043, content warning on the last one's a rough read. So, Site-42 staff has been another field mission with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. I hope you had fun, and I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. Head over to the Find Us Alive finale on Hodgepodge Audio on YouTube after this, and make sure to follow the Q&A, and tell them Dr. Sherman said hi. It's always nice for the other creators to know that you came from another creator, so we know our networks are working. So when I say tell them Dr. Sherman sent you, that is just you telling them, hey, this is where I came from, and then they know this whole networking thing is working. It's teamwork. And we thank you for your service in doing so. Last minute donos, Red, thank you for donating in to say bust a move, Dr. Sherman. Well, not in the mixed company of clowns. I don't want it to appear as a show of dominance. My dance moves are very strong, and I do not want the clowns to get offended. Chester Factory, thank you for donating for the first time at the last minute. As a member, grab yourself a candied apple on your way past the commissary. Last minute dono, well, thank you for your last minute generosity. And so Site-42 staff, there's been another field mission with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42, from the Kooky Clown College, otherwise known as the Copper Shaker in Ybor City, Tampa, Florida. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream.